Hello everybody, this is DeanoGTO, and today we're looking at the special for Gamescom 2017. This year it doesn't look like they have done the typical thing they have the last couple of years in form of like letting people obtain a free Dicker Max, which is typically what they have done. Like the last 2 years in a row, they have allowed people to obtain their Dicker Max by doing different missions. And I think I remember last year's mission was a lot easier than the year before's mission, although it has a shorter time frame. Uh, but yeah, these are the missions that are currently available. That are going to be available from the I believe it's the 23rd or 24th forward. 23rd it looks like. 23rd. Wait, 23rd is today. Why isn't it active? It's bizarre. Huh. I don't know. I'm going to ignore that for now. But the things we're going to be getting are times 5 for the first victory of the day. Tier 8 to 10 vehicles, 15% discount on all of them. Tier 6 and 7 vehicles, 30% discount. So if you have a line where you're at like between tier 6 and 10, this is a perfect time to try and move up that line, try and get a couple new machines unlocked. If you want any interest in getting a tier 8 premium, then this is a 15% discount off here. I believe it's usually a 30% discount on this one. Oh, no, 15, no. Completely exaggerated there. So 15% discounts on 180 and 360 days of premium account. I believe, yeah, 50% discount on these ones here, and 50% discount on consumables. So this is a really good time to like stockpile on things like automatic fire extinguishers. Like I am probably going to spend 1,000,000 credits on automatic fire extinguishers because I use them all the time, and there's no real disadvantage to buying them, because if you buy them during this period here and then sell them during a time period where they're at a normal price, you can actually, it's pretty much a one-to-one trade where you're not going to be losing any credits whenever you're selling them off. So yeah, it's a pretty big advantage in my opinion to actually buy them during these periods. Buying them like outside these periods is not a particularly good idea. And if you want to know how to buy them during these periods, you go to your depot, then you go to store, which is one of the 3 tabs. There's specials, I believe, store, then depot. And then you go into the store tab, and then you go down to consumables, and you can buy as many as you like. So yeah, it's handy. And here it allows you to obtain 10 of these here things here for free. I think it's up to 3 times. Oh no, it's once per day. Never mind. And you can get 1 day of premium account after you complete these missions 3 times. And then we have these packages here. So these packages actually kind of surprised me because I never expected them to do this. So if you're familiar with this game and you've been playing for the last couple of years, you know the Berlin 5, well, with the exception of the Thunderbolt. Basically the original Berlin Quartet have never been on sale as single vehicles. They have never ever been on sale as single vehicles. That has never been a thing. But for the first time ever, you can buy well, not Thunderbolt. Why did I click Thunderbolt first, idiot? You can buy a Cromwell B, just the Cromwell B. You can buy an IS-2, just the IS-2. Well, although you always get the 100% crew and stuff because that's just a perk of these vehicles. You can buy Rudy, just the Rudy, and you can buy the ISU 122S, just the ISU 122S. This is the first time they have ever done this, and if like. Honestly, like I would say this is probably the best time to buy these vehicles if you've any interest in them. If you've no interest in them, don't touch them, of course, because, well, if you're never going to play them, there's no point in having them. I personally have the Thunderbolt, the Cromwell B, and the Rudy. No real interest in the Tier 7s, because the Tier 7 IS-2, it's pretty much a premium version of the IS. I do like the IS, but I just don't really feel like it's worth getting one of these whenever I have an IS-6. Not really worth it to me. ISU 122S, I just don't think it's a very good machine, if I'm completely honest. Cromwell B, for a long time, was considered to be the best Tier 6 premium vehicle, with the Rudy falling very closely behind that. And the Thunderbolt, I would say, is about the same level as the Rudy. Very solid upper front plate armor. The lower plate's completely worthless. But in general, pretty decently well armored. Just need to avoid people shooting the turret if you possibly can. The turret is awful. This is not like it's nowhere near on the same level as the Pershing. The Pershing actually has armor on the turret, which can actually deflect a lot of shots. The EZ8 Thunderbolt 7, not really the same kind of story. Upper front plate's really solid, has some spaced armor and some raw armor on it. It's pretty solid armor wise, but the turret's very flimsy. The Cromwell B, it's basically copy and paste of the regular Cromwell, exactly the same stats for the most part. The only one that's different is the traverse speed from my memory. But the thing is, with that there is the traverse speed, I believe, is negated to an extent by the ground resistances, which mean that technically they're going to be about the same speed wise. And then we get the IS2, as I said, pretty much copy pasted of the regular IS, with a slightly different front armor shape. The Rudy, copy paste of the regular of the regular T3045, except with a less powerful engine. It's actually got a lower DPM than things like T3045M and things like that. The ISU 122S is pretty much an ISU 152, a tier lower with one of the 122mm guns that the IS you could have used at tier 8, but no one ever used those guns because you have the 152 derp gun, and these guns are massively inconsistent at tier 8. So yeah, that pretty much sums up these vehicles. In terms of like the vehicles that I would potentially recommend getting, if you're going down to the UK tech tree, this thing could be a good get, or a good thing to get. Rudy could be a decent thing to get if you're going down the Russian tech tree. In fact, all of them could be good buys. Just I would not recommend buying a vehicle you're not going to play. Pretty much, well, which goes without saying, pretty much, but whatever. And let's see, is there anything else I really need to go over that I can think of? Let's see. Oh, it looks like the XP thing actually starts tomorrow. It looks like. So the missions are, I think, active, but these discounts and stuff. The discounts are active. I have seen in my garage the tier 8 to 10, and the tier 6 and 7 vehicles are cheaper at the moment, but the quintuple XP is not available just yet. It's going to be available from tomorrow on. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I really need to go over right now. It's a pretty good opportunity to get some consumable stuff out there and potentially get a Berlin tank if you want one. But yeah, I should just mention actually just quickly with the Berlin tank, something I almost forgot to mention. These tanks are not going to make as much money as a tier 8 premium if you're buying them because you want to make credits. These tanks may not be the best options because tier 8 premiums are always going to make more money than tier 6 or 7 premiums. That's just the way the game is set up, because like the higher tier you're at, the more credits you're going to make from playing that vehicle. So yeah. I think that's pretty much everything I really need to go over. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.